He was a bona fide spiritual master, man. And if you're a Vaishnava, you need to find the same kind of thing. You have to find somebody like Jesus, man. That has the authority to deliver you. And if you have any problem with this preaching, that's only because you're contaminated by false preaching and people who can't do the job that we do here every day. That's the only reason. Okay? The empowerment to deliver people is here. What can I say? Prabhupada really did come. Prabhupada really said this has his approval, full approval. Krishna really did come and said, people who come here will get his darshan. This is true, 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 true. And when people really believe this, but not blindly, believe this because they see people getting this mercy, they see people getting love of Krishna, and they don't see it with Radhanath or Narayan Raj group or with Jaipatakas or any ISKCONs, but they see it here. Then you start to get real faith in the truth. See? This is what people need to see, some real deal, because Maya's always cheating everybody. Always. That's her job, is to cheat people. And the job of the real devotees is to tell the truth and overturn her game. Right? Just overturn the whole thing, man. Dismantle that the ignorance. Dismantle it. It's weak in comparison to the truth. Yeah. All right, where were we here? Got on a little rant. It's good to have a rant once in a while. A lot of truth comes through the rants. Yeah, he really did come, man. We prove it. See, it's just like Jesus. It's always like when the devotees are here. It's always like that. Jesus said, "Oh, you don't believe in my word?" I say the same thing. "Oh, you don't believe in my word? You don't believe this word is Krishna's word and desire and truth? Well, how about you believe in the works that God is doing? Look at the ecstatic love awakening in people. Look at their progress in chanting the holy name. Look at their attraction to Krishna, working, increasing daily. Yeah. Yeah. See, it's always the same thing. Look at the works that God is doing here. See, the word goes out. Those who believe in the word, there's fruit. If there's some doubts and all that, well, that's part of the word's work. It'll start to work that doubt out. You start to get, hey, man, that's logical. That's clear. Boy, Maya, I've been believing in Maya. That's why it hasn't been working for me. But now things are working because I see Maya's game. You come here, you'll get that, become more logical. You'll become more free. You think, well, yeah, this must be the real thing. It's just like science, man. If you perform a scientific experiment and it works, you get faith, man. The same thing. This is the science of self-realization. That was the book that made me a devotee. This is a science, man. See? By the action of the book Bhagavat and a devotee Bhagavat. See, they're on the same platform. See, love of God is awakened in the hearts of others. See, that's the formula. That's right there in Caitanya Charitamrita, chapter 1, on the spiritual master, Adi Lila. You can check it. People say, I don't believe that. Well, yeah, you don't believe it because your gurus don't do that. They're not a real guru yet on that standard. They're not empowered to do this. The book is about the empowered devotee has the power. You hear from them, and ecstatic love begins to awaken in your heart. You start to uproot all these threefold miseries in your heart caused by ignorance, caused by putanas in religion. You kick religion away and just take shelter of the truth. Take shelter of Radha and Krishna Vrindavan. They're the highest truth. And you become qualified because you followed the formula, because you listened to a bona fide representative of Radha and Krishna and Vrindavan who are telling you the truth. You follow that truth, you get the result. How can you not have faith? That's not blind faith. No, it works, man. It's science, man. I believe it because, man, it's happened in my life. I'm testifying about that. Okay? But people, they've been bamboozled by so much illusions and religion and religious leaders who are not really of the stature of a liberated soul. So they cannot um, make that book alive in the hearts of people. Okay? That's why, the followers of Jesus, one guy just dropped everything, said, I'm going to follow you, Jesus. Jesus said, why? He said, because I want the scriptures to live in my heart like they are in your heart. I want a heart like that. And I know if I follow you, I will get it. Well, that's the essence. You got a guru like that who the Lord is living in their heart, man. The scriptures are alive in their heart and alive through their word, man. You're going to get the result. See? So the witnesses are here to promote that. They show that, man, it really works. See, he's not lying. The authority of God is here to give spontaneous devotion, just like it says in the book. The Lord came here to teach spontaneous devotional service by practicing himself and also distributing it to others. That's actually really here again. Wow. It's not just here inside Prabhupada, inside Bhaktisiddhanta. See, therefore, it's not inside anybody else much, unless they're already there in consciousness. See? Has to be outside, has to come out, has to be the devotee expressing that truth in this world, teaching that truth in this world, showing and it being an example of that ecstatic worship in this world. And then people start to get it. Now they see a role model that they can emulate, they can follow in the footsteps of. Otherwise, how are you following the footsteps of Vrindavan devotees? That's the process. How can you do that if you never see a person following in the footsteps of the devotees? You think following in the footsteps of the residents of Vrindavan is look at all the rules they're doing there, look at all the rituals they're doing there? No, no. Following his footsteps, they just simply love Krishna naturally. See? That is following them. They like to be with each other. So if you don't like to be with ecstatic devotees, you're not following ecstatic in the Vrindavan ecstasy. Well, you're not following the footsteps of the Lord. You're just following a bunch of rituals with people who don't have that kind of attraction either. Following the footsteps of the resident Vrindavan is very easy. You just come here and then you're already following the footsteps spontaneously just by being here. You get spontaneously purified just by being here. You can chant one lakh a day without this association for 50 years. And a person like Amy will get more purified just by being here and hanging out with these devotees here who and you come to the point of liking it. Like, wow, man, I also want to worship like this. And the Krishna will give you, he reciprocate with you. It says, oh, you really want to worship like this? Okay, great. Thank you. I'll give you this ability. Okay? Chant the holy name in ecstasy, in association with devotees. Hear like they do. They hear from their friends who love Krishna. Oh yeah, talk about Krishna. I just like to hear your voice because you're a devotee of Krishna, and I just want to hear you speak about your beloved. See, you get all that here, man. That's following the footsteps. But being a big guru out there and doing your Vaidhi trip and having all your followers and all the pride that goes along with that is not following in the footsteps of the residents of Vrindavan. It is so easy, man. It's easy peasy here. Yeah. The only hard part is having the garage sale. When the Lord he's taking all your clothes off and you don't know, I'm attached to that conditioning. I've lived with it so long. That's your little pain, but that'll turn into bliss because the Lord will take it off. You just stick it out. How can there be an easier process than this? You just come here regularly, associate with devotees, make friends with them. You're making friends with people from the Vrindavan realm. Where do you get such an opportunity? Hey, Johan, Yolita, they've given their lives over to Radha and Krishna. Janakis, Govindas. They have full faith in gurus. Hey, that's what makes it work for them. And those who are doubters, just by hanging around faithful people, after a while, their faith wears down the illusions of being unfaithful. Look at them. They're so happy. Look at Lilita. They're so happy. And look at me, miserable. I'm taking all kinds of drugs, all because I don't have the faith they have. Maybe I should change my mind, man. Why am I believing in Maya? Why am I believing in her illusions? Why am I believing in ex-gurus who didn't do anything really for me? Much. Maybe something, but not much. Maybe nothing. Maybe they gave you a good lesson like they gave me. Get the hell away from them. Yeah. See, it's that easy, man. Easy peasy. Wake up, sleeping souls. The good news is here for the Vaishnavas. It's better than good news. It's progressive news for even Christians. They can benefit here. Christians, Muslims, anybody, people in the world, demons. You get one demon over here. We'll show you. My Lord will change your heart, man. He'll wash your sins. I don't care if you killed 1,000,000 people, man. He'll wash your sins away and you'll be a real upstanding representative of the Lord of Vrindavan. That's the power of Lord Chaitanya, man. He's giving pardon. You ever seen this? People are there. They got death sentences in jail, right? They're going to get the lethal injection. People are already getting that lethal injections. They don't know it, but they're all on their way. See, they're in jail, man. Everybody's in jail. They're all getting lethal injections, literally now. Death is at hand. See, and so a pardon comes down from the governor. See, from the governor. See, to release those persons. Okay, yeah, release them. So that's what's happening here. The governor has come down. He's in the hearts of these ecstatic devotees here. He's given pardon to people. They're waiting for the lethal thing, injection. They got their masks. They're all primed for it. And he's giving pardon. But you know what most are saying, at least at this time? No, we don't believe in that. We believe in our torturers. We believe in the government. See, the government of the land. See, the law of the land says die. There's too many of you. Okay? That's what Maya's declared now. 90% of the population probably will be gone. See? So that's the law of the land now. Oh, of course they don't tell you that. Of course not. They lie hypocritically, cheat you, and all that just to get it done. Turn people into robots now. They want a slave state, one world order. Well, that's the law of the land, man. Well, anyway, good news for people. The pardon is here. Who's going to take it? You come into this association. You learn from the devotees here. You'll attain the highest freedom, the highest happiness, the greatest happiness, eternal happiness, immortality, great feelings, great happiness forever, ever increasing bliss. What is it, too good for people? Too good a deal? They can't believe it. Well, it's really true. You'll see as the witnesses progress in their own worship, in their own faith, in their own ecstasy, in their worship of the Lord, in like this, from this powerful perspective, ooh, people will come. This is timely. Yeah, Prabhupada doesn't come like he did in 1996 just for a small mission. And Krishna doesn't just appear for a small mission, just for one person, two people. It's a big thing, man. So this is, you know, maybe you don't believe my word. Well, hang around long enough and see the glories of ecstatic devotion manifesting here every day. Look at this, see the spiritual power. If you come here, you'll see it. If you don't, then that's less investment capital you have. It's like investors. They invest money in a project and the project grows. See, you're the project here. See, all you do is invest a little of your attention and time here, and the kingdom of God will grow in you, just like the parable of the sower. We're sowing the seed of the kingdom of the Lord. The kingdom of ecstatic worship will grow in you more and more if you invest here. I'm saying invest your time, little in it, no money, not asking for a dime. Invest a little your attention and time, and you'll see the kingdom of God will grow in you. I don't. You may think I'm not qualified in it. Yeah, none of us are. You don't have to be. God is here. He's the most qualified of all. He'll make everybody qualified. He'll give everything, and He does. Anything that's needed, He will give to do the worship He wants in this world properly. There's a lot in that quality of the Lord being the lawgiver of the entire material creation. See, material creation, He's the lawgiver. So He gives the laws in the material creation. I ain't finished with this law thing here. People that like to follow laws, follow this law, man. You're going to be free. This is a law of freedom, man. Ultimate freedom. They say the regulative principles are the regulative principles of freedom. Well, a little more freedom, maybe. But these are the regulative principles of real freedom forever. See this, and they're not hard to follow. Come in regularly, make friends with the devotees here. 1, 2 principles. Chant with us, hear from us. 2, 3, 4 principles, and be natural in the world. If you have a drinking problem, well, you got to, solve that somewhere. Yeah. If you overeat, you got to solve that. Or whatever you overly do, you got to maybe, be a little intelligent. But basically, the essence is come here, come to Sadhu Sangha. That's simple. Chant with us, make friends with the devotees here. Become purified, become like spiritually advanced naturally, and your faith will naturally grow. And then you'll look over and say, look, these guys are chanting 1 lakh. But they don't come to where they can get more benefit because they're chanting 1 lakh in offenses, and you're coming here and the Lord is removing your offenses, and you can chant a couple of names and you become more ecstatic than those people chanting 1 lakh because they don't even get over pride and all that stuff, but you're getting over all of that. So your chanting becomes increasingly better, even if you chant a couple of names, compared to chanting 1 lakh of dry chanting and having the pride of, look at me, I chanted 1 lakh. Oh, look at my followers. They think I'm advanced, and I know I'm so great anyway, so they should follow me. The big false ego. That's what I've seen basically in Vaishnavism. If anybody gets some position, they go from brahmachari to sannyas. I went in the Raj group. I've seen these brahmacharis, nice and humble, and all of a sudden they become, well, sort of humble, and then they they get sannyas, and oh boy, everything changes. See, superior knowledge. You see, mode of goodness is not good enough. In the mode of goodness, there's these faults. One is pride of thinking you have superior knowledge, a superior position. And you might bodily in the world, but spiritually, no, you don't. You don't know. See, spiritually, unless ecstatic worship of the Lord awakens in you, you're more or less on the same platform. You're not liberated yet. People don't know these principles, do they? Because they don't preach them, because they're under the law of the land. See, they're not under the law of God yet. They don't know what that is. See, God is spiritual. They're not under spiritual law. We have spiritual law here. See, spiritual law associated with devotees. What is so hard to is associate with liberated souls when they're here? How you identify a liberated soul? Well, when they chant the holy name, tears pour out of their eyes. They laugh, they cry, they choke up because the Lord appears to them and they're so happy, more so than anybody else in this world that doesn't have such a relationship. Stick with those devotees. They're very rare. You might have to go a million lifetimes before you ever see a Jesus like personality. What's the difference between Jesus and a person who has the same God that was in him alive and awake in their heart? What is the difference? No difference. It's one family. They've been sent here to deliver the world. See, that's why you learn all this stuff clearly from a living, liberated soul like Jesus was when he was here. Right? Or like Lord Caitanya when he was alive and this world manifested. And like you're going to learn now when the same God that was in Lord Caitanya and Jesus is here again in this world, alive in somebody. It's always the same teaching. It's always the same deliverance when they're speaking the confidential truth that all those persons spoke. And we're teaching what Jesus said you couldn't bear, that kind of stuff. It's time for that. Right, Evo? So you don't have to, you don't have to come down on your, oh, I'm negative and all that. Just think about this, Evo, and anybody else. I'm just so fortunate to be in this situation. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just so fortunate to be here with these kinds of devotees. The Lord is bringing liberated souls into this association, and I feel delivered just by doing that. I don't care how negative, how unperfectly I can follow this or follow that, and this problem, that problem. Doesn't matter. That's insignificant. The main thing is I'm here with my friends, and there are many liberated souls here. And I'm delivered just because of that. I'm not leaving this situation. I'm not leaving these persons here. I'm going to stay here for the rest of my life. That's it, man. I know enough that this is all I need to do. And I'll get over anything I need to get over. Even if I don't, I'm already saved. I'm assured here. The Lord keeps coming back to me, and I'll continue this process because it works. David Beeman, Kamalakanta. In 1990s, I was praying to Prabhupada. I was very distressed because I couldn't find any Mahagurangas. Prabhupada appeared and said he was sorry, but I would have to make my own offerings. Kamalakanta. Where is the party? Where is the party? Kamalakanta. Oh, has some such blindness come upon you? Where is the party? The party is all over the place here. You came to the right party, Kamalakanta. Vishnu John is very happy that you're here. Believe me, he's very happy. This is his mercy to you for serving him so nicely. It's for you being here and coming here for prasad. See, you're coming here for prasad. And you're getting prasad all the time. You don't even maybe realize it that much. You're getting non-physical prasad, spirit prasad. Okay, let's see if there's any more in this here. Uh, so, see, he's the lawgiver of the entire material creation. You notice he didn't say the lawgiver of the spiritual creation, did he? Because there is no spiritual creation. There always been. It's eternal. It always existed. And there's no law that needed. There's no law. We're teaching basically we're teaching there's no, the law of attraction. See, you heard that law of attraction in this world, the new agers. This is the real law of attraction. You attract you attract the all attractive one. See? The law of attraction. See? And this is the law of attraction. You become attracted to transcendental Krishna. See? Then you attract everybody. You become like, if I'm raised up on the pole, see, Krishna, he's raised up on the pole into the heart and explodes on everywhere, into your consciousness. See, you will draw all men unto you. You polarize because the Lord is living in you. Whatever happened to him as Krishna will happen to you. If the Shishupals come around, they'll hate you, but that's attraction. They'll get purified by their hatred. Many people have become self-realized by hating God when he's here. You know, St. Paul is a perfect example. St. Paul. Jesus appeared to St. Paul because he hated the Christians. See, the Christians back then, especially, they carried Jesus in their hearts. See, Jesus is considered like God, They carried the Lord in their hearts. See? So St. Paul, who wasn't a saint at first, he hated them and he was persecuting them and all of that. And he became purified by that attraction, by hatred. And he became a great devotee. He worked harder than Paul. St. Paul said, I worked harder than all of the apostles. He was going here and there and everywhere. Most of the New Testament is his letters. And people worship them because they were empowered. It's amazing. See, you become like that. You even your family members, some of you, Jesus said, I come here to divide. You divide your family members. If they're not purified, and most aren't, they'll probably think, oh, she's crazy or he's crazy. See, polarize. They're adverse to you, and that averse is attraction. You become like that. What did Jesus teach? He said, I'm going to go and you're going to get the spirit. And then what happens to me will happen to you. If they spit on me and hate me, they're going to hate you. If they listen to my word and believe in my word, they will listen to you. And they're fewer at first, just like here. See, if you really in your heart really love Prabhupada, in your heart, really love him, and you really hear his word, actually you understand more of the deeper meaning, you'll just naturally come here. You'll feel it. You're like, this is what I was looking for. If you don't understand Prabhupada, or you're blinded by name and fame, this donkey urine that Raghunath Das said was donkey urine, name and fame, you're blinded by pride and competition, envies and jealousies, like many of Prabhupada's God brothers were. I mean, these are just facts. Okay? Then you will miss the devotees preaching here that carries the transcendental Lord in their heart into expression. Okay? Hopefully, some of your followers will rectify you. Maybe they'll get it. The Lord plants; He has His plants. He plants people in different folds, So we just get the I just preaching, man. And those who are meant to hear this word, they'll know, oh man, I've been in the wrong fold, man. I've been waiting for this. I've been looking for this. Ooh. Okay, we'll stop here for a little bit. Got to rest up a little bit and take a walk and get some exercise. Any comments or questions? Look at Karuna, man. He gets us on 5 different channels, man. That's amazing. Nobody came, though, from any of those channels. Hey, well, maybe we'll see it later. Any comments or questions? Come on, man. If anybody has any doubts or comments or questions, please put them up and then we'll have something to discuss. I'll stay around longer. I'll stick around for a minute just to see if there is. This must have some impact on somebody. Okay. Hare Krishna, everybody. We'll see you later. Huh?